In the summer of 2018, the world was introduced to a vocal lightning bolt, a 13-year-old girl who seemed to channel the spirits of rock legends through high-octane screams. But as we move through 2026, a much more complex reality has emerged. Tonight, our investigative team is going beyond the viral audition to analyze the true vocal genius of Courtney and the remarkable technical evolution she has over the last 8 years. While early critics dismissed her as a shock act with limited longevity, her recent 2026 performances prove that her signature scream was merely the tip of a massive artistic iceberg. Courtney has successfully navigated the difficult biological transition from child prodigy to adult artist, emerging with a vocal instrument that is far more versatile, controlled, and strategically dangerous than anything we saw on the television screen. Tonight, we unmask the technical mastery behind the roar that once shook the AGT stage. To understand her current genius, one must first analyze the physical and technical mutation her voice has since her time under the bright lights of reality television. In 2026, Courtney has effectively abandoned the frantic, high-pitched vocal gymnastics of her youth in favor of a rich, gravelly alto-tenor range that carries the weight of a seasoned blues veteran. Musicologists have noted that her lower register, once thin and underdeveloped, is now her most potent weapon, allowing her to deliver a delicate feline purr before exploding into a signature rock howl. This shift isn't just a byproduct of aging. It is the result of thousands of hours of touring and a refusal to use the auto-tune safety net that has become standard in the mid-2020s pop landscape. Her 2026 voice is a textured, breathing entity that values emotional honesty over digital perfection, proving that she has spent her years in the shadows refining the mechanics of her unique gift. The definitive proof of her vocal mastery can be found in her recent Live at Metropolis Studios video series, where Courtney opted to record her most complex tracks live-to-tape without the benefit of studio trickery. These 2025 sessions, now circulating widely in 2026, showcase a level of breath control and dynamic shading that few of her peers in the industry can match. In tracks like Jagged and Call Me Back, we see her navigating lightning-fast genre shifts, moving from punk rock snarls to gospel-tinged soul in a single breath. By choosing to record live, Courtney effectively fact-checked her own talent, proving to the industry that her voice doesn't just survive outside of an editing booth, it thrives. This era has silenced the doubters who once claimed her voice wouldn't hold up to the rigors of a professional recording career, cementing her status as a technical elite who relies on raw capability rather than the artificial polish of modern music production. Perhaps the most stunning example of her 2026 vocal depth is her widely acclaimed rendition of the classic track Changes, a performance that many critics are calling an emotional restraint. In this 2025 release, Courtney avoids the high-energy theatrics of her early career, instead focusing on a shaky, vulnerable honesty that grows into a wall of controlled strength. This performance showcases her ability to respect the history of a song while completely reinventing it through her own unique, soulful fire. Her voice in 2026 is capable of moving a room to tears through a whisper just as easily as it can command a stadium through a roar. This balance between fragility and force is the hallmark of a true vocal genius, proving that she has finally mastered the art of singing the story rather than just singing the notes for a panel of celebrity judges. She has traded the shock value of 2018 for a profound, lasting resonance that speaks to the adult she has become. One of the most overlooked aspects of Courtney's genius is her 2026 stylistic fluency, the ability to jump between rock, Motown, funk, and even punk without losing her unmistakable vocal identity. Her debut album, Little Miss Jagged, is a testament to this versatility, featuring tracks that range from swaggering hard rock to epic balladeering. While the industry once tried to pigeonhole her as a conventional pop act, Courtney's 2026 work proves that she is a sonic chameleon who uses her voice as an instrument of rebellion. She co-wrote every track on the album, ensuring that the vocal arrangements highlight her specific strengths, such as her ability to layer her own harmonies with a gospel-like intensity. Her genius lies in her refusal to be boxed in, choosing instead to create a genre-bending soundscape where her voice remains the powerful, unifying thread of her art, regardless of the tempo or the tradition she chooses to explore. Fans and critics alike have often described Courtney's live performances in 2026 as witnessing someone possessed. But behind that wild exterior lies a level of technical discipline that is almost clinical. In tracks like "You Only Love Me When I Lie," she demonstrates a rare ability to let rip with vitriolic, independently spirited emotions while maintaining perfect pitch and vocal health. This controlled chaos is the secret to her longevity. She has learned how to produce her signature grit and gravel without damaging her vocal cords, a feat that many rock vocalists struggle to achieve. In 2026, she is no longer shouting for attention. She is using resonance and placement to create power, proving that her genius is as much about the science of singing as it is about the soul of the performer. She is protecting her instrument for a career that is built to last decades, not just a viral moment, showing a maturity that few child stars ever achieve after the cameras stop rolling. While the names Joplin, Franklin, and Tina Turner are frequently invoked when discussing Courtney, her 2026 output proves that she has finally stepped out from the shadows of her idols. She has moved beyond imitation in spirit and into a realm where her influences are merely the DNA of a completely original sound. Investigative music critics have noted that while she carries the youthful energy of a 21-year-old, her vocal phrasing often mirrors the timeless power of the greats. Her genius is her ability to synthesize 50 years of rock history into a single 3-minute track that feels both nostalgic and forward-looking. In 2026, Courtney isn't the next anyone, she is the first Courtney, a singular artist who has finally found the courage to sound like herself, breaking free from the tribute act comparisons that once defined her and establishing a new standard for modern alternative vocalists. Beyond the technical mechanics, Courtney's 2026 vocal genius is rooted in the psychological depth she brings to her tone, often using her voice to exorcise the internal demons of her viral past. Tracks like "Never Say Never" and "Die and Stay Pretty" showcase her ability to inject genuine anger, grief, and relief into her delivery, making the listener feel every word in their bones. This emotional transparency is what has allowed her to build a loyal 2026 following of nearly 4 million people. They aren't just listening to a singer, they are witnessing a transformation. Her tone has a textured resonance that acts as a bridge between her introverted reality and her extroverted stage persona. By 2026, she has learned how to use her voice as a tool for healing, proving that a true genius doesn't just sing for the audience. They sing to survive the intensity of the industry, turning years of private heartbreak into a universal language of strength. If the studio is where Courtney builds her genius, the live arena in 2026 is where she weaponizes it, turning every intimate club show into a formidable display of power. Her recent UK tour has been described as an energetic ritual, where her voice struts and commands the room with an authority that belies her age. In live settings, she often expands her original tracks with improvisational vocal runs that showcase a deep understanding of blues and soul scales. This on-the-fly creativity is a mark of a high-level musician as she interacts with her band, particularly her longtime guitarist, to create a back-and-forth energy that is never the same twice. In 2026, a Courtney live performance is more than a concert. It is a demonstration of a vocal powerhouse who has finally found the space to breathe and dominate without the oversight of a corporate label, proving that her true habitat is the stage where no editing is possible. As we conclude our look at the vocal genius of Courtney, the 2026 verdict is that she has successfully completed the rarest transition in music, the move from viral curiosity to formidable artist. She didn't just survive the golden buzzer, she outgrew it, replacing the shy girl narrative with a legacy of technical excellence and artistic defiance. What is the true genius of Courtney? It is the ability to scream until the world listens, and then have the talent to keep them listening once the screaming stops. As she enters the next phase of her career, She stands as a powerful reminder that an artist's true voice is something that must be fought for, refined, and ultimately owned. The era of the scream is over. The era of the genius has officially begun, and Courtney is just getting started on a legacy that will redefine modern rock for a new generation of listeners around the world.